Hey, we meet again on our beloved channel. Today I will review a supernatural horror-themed game. Before we start discussing it, let's intro first. Slitterhead, Release Date, Gameplay, and everything we know about the Silent Hill creators' new horror game. The Slitterhead is one of those upcoming horror games that piqued our interest immediately. Led by Kikiro Toyama and announced back in 2021, the Grisly Scare 'em Up marks the first game from Boca Game Studio, and with a smattering of Silent Hill alums behind the wheel, it's looking suitably grotesque in the best way possible. We now know that Slitterhead is slated to launch on November 8th. The initial Slitterhead reveal trailer crawled wickedly onto our screens some 3 years ago, and it's still enough to give you the shivers. It shows a city being overwhelmed by hideously grotesque parasites. Taking control of their hosts in a manner that belongs in only the most brutal of Japanese horror flicks. A more recent glimpse gave us a look at how combat will function in this terrifying adventure, seemingly balancing action elements with magical properties to create something truly unique. In fact, after seeing some more of its gameplay during the recent Tokyo Game Show broadcast, Slitterhead is one of the top new games of 2020 to look out for. So, here's a breakdown of Slitterhead's storyline and gameplay mechanics, as well as some insight into how legendary Team Silent composer Akira Yamaoka, who scored some of the best horror games of all time, came to sign up for Slitterhead. Slitterhead Hands-On Preview, Body Swapping Hack and Slash. I had no idea what to expect from Boca Game Studios' Slitterhead before my preview at PAX West 2024, but I walked away very confused, excited, and slightly worried all at once. You see, Boca was founded in 2020, and the founder was none other than Kikiro Toyama, the creator of franchises like Gravity Rush, Siren, and, more notably, the Fog and Monster Infested series. That is Silent Hill. Slitterhead is the first game to come out of the newly established team, and it's nothing like those games I mentioned. It's a third-person, body-swapping, action-adventure game that takes place in a fictional version of Hong Kong during the 80s. To set things up, you play as this bodiless entity named Hyoki that can basically take control of the random NPCs that are hanging out around the city. You can press a button to make Hyoki appear as an orb of light, and then you can move your little ball self to take control of other humans. Now, there are main characters that you'll meet throughout the story of Slitterhead, but it seems that you'll keep taking control of these ugly-looking city folk. Their faces just look really bad and bland, okay? And engage in battles you'll encounter in the city. How the combat works is that there are always a bunch of NPCs on the battlefield, and when a monster or other enemy gets to jump on you, or you feel overwhelmed by what's happening, you can switch to another character on the field. There are also bonuses for jumping from body to body, increasing your power for the next couple of attacks. You use these sort of blood-fueled weapons that dish out pretty basic melee attacks. You can also parry and dodge around. From the few combat experiences I had in the demo, the fighting doesn't appear to be anything groundbreaking or super tactile. It can feel a little clunky at times. And making physical contact with the monsters doesn't feel that satisfying. However, I have two takeaways about the combat that give me hope for Slitterhead. The first one is the whole body swapping mechanic during combat. when you're getting your butt knocked around by a monster, and you switch to another character and attack the monster from behind, and then switch to another player to do the same thing again. It can feel really good and pretty unique for an action game, so it'll be interesting to see how many there actually are, what their attacks look like, and how much they vary from each other. Do you like this video? Please like, comment and share. Until tomorrow, bye 2.